Cooking with Nancy.
Good morning and welcome back, everybody. I have a great recipe for you today. Today is the official start of Lent, Ash Wednesday, so a lot of us are going to be eating a lot more seafood. And you know what? You can do so many wonderful things with seafood besides tuna casserole, although later in living I do have a dynamite tuna casserole recipe. I'm still a sucker for a good tuna casserole, but right now I'm going to do something light and healthy, something different, and it's something I had in Mexico. You know how sometimes you get off the plane in Mexico and you have just, or any, fun, wonderful destination, and that first meal, you just never forget it. Well, this is one of those meals. It's fish Vera Cruz, and I've found a way to recreate it at home, and it's just delicious. So you start out with a nice piece of heavy-duty aluminum foil, and then I like to spray it, and I actually have an olive oil cooking spray here that's really going to keep this nice and light. And then I've got some nice white flaky fish, so something like a halibut or a haddock or cod, if you can get fresh white fish. This happens to be sea bass, so you just want a nice flaky fish fillet. And we also have some lime slices here. So we're going to, on the foil first, we're going to put 2 slices of lime and then one of those fish fillets. And I do this a lot, this method where I'm cooking fish in foil, and it keeps it nice and moist. It's just a great light way to cook fish. And sometimes at the fancy restaurants, they'll present fish at your table and they'll open up a packet, and they do it in this wonderful parchment paper, a fancy brown paper. It's a very French dish. Well, we're just going to use foil and get the same idea, the same taste, keeping that fish nice and moist and full of flavor. I'm also going to drizzle the fish with a little bit of olive oil. We don't need a whole lot. And I want to season it with some garlic salt and pepper. Just a little bit again. I'm going to throw the Vera Cruz part of this dish is a combination of pepper, onion, and tomato. So I've got just a little bit of finely diced onion. I'm going to lay some green pepper. So it's not a spicy dish at all. In fact, I think a lot of people think that, Mexican food has to be really spicy. And at a lot of the places I've visited in Mexico, actually it's fresh fruit and vegetables and fish, and not spicy at all. And then I'm going to do a little bit of diced and seeded tomato. I've just got some Roma tomato here. And that's basically it. Season those vegetables a little bit. And then a little bit of fresh lime juice, just a squeeze of that right on the top. And now we're going to just form a foil pouch, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I usually just kind of pull up the tops, fold those down, and you don't want it too tight of a pouch. Fold up the ends, and then this goes on a cookie sheet, and you may have several of these pouches depending on how many pieces of fish and how many people you're serving. But this then goes on a cookie sheet into a preheated 350-degree oven, and again, depending on the kind of fish or the size of your fillet, it takes anywhere from about 12 to 20 minutes. Don't overcook it. But here's the big ta-da moment. So you come back to the oven, and it's going to be hot when you open it up. But it's so lovely and so light and full of flavor. Carefully open that up. Again, that pouch is going to be hot. And you just get this wow factor. The vegetables cook, the fish cooks, and the steam comes out, and it's just fresh and lovely. Like I said, it's a meal I'll never forget. Isn't that beautiful? Got the lime underneath here, just giving that fish some flavor. In Mexico, I had it with just some white rice. They serve a little lime, to squeeze on top, and then a little fresh cilantro. So there you have it, my fish Vera Cruz